Hey yo, what's good? So after this fight, there was a lot of comments about Mayweather. His fighting. After every Mayweather fight, there's comments about him being a boring fighter and not giving the fans action. You know, stinking out the place. Not not being exciting. So I want to ask, and I have these fighters right here because they're the ones they're the ones that are labeled as boring. Lamont Peterson was labeled as boring in his last fight, the first 5 rounds. And that's why people say he didn't deserve the decisions. Two judges agreed. Three. I don't know. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. Aries Landy Lara gets hate so much. Yeah, talk about hate. We got Guillermo Regan though. Talk about the most hated. Not for the most part because of his style, but for his antics, but also because of his style. Floyd Money Mayweather, and you see these guys, and they're just so talented. They're so quick. They're so good at counterpunch. So good at moving their feet. So good at jabbing. So good at their craft, and you just see talent. You see these guys just born to be fighters. More Mayweather, of course, than anyone else on this list, but just really good fighters. Just like, technical boxing to a T. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a fan of that type of fighting, and maybe you guys already know that from my videos, maybe not, but yeah, I'm a big fan of technical fighting. I love it. It's just mesmerizing to watch. It's just mesmerizing, like how these guys have. I well, like when I watch Regal, I'm like, man, and it's not that it's like the most exciting thing. It's not the most exciting thing. It, but James Boxings once in one of his videos he said these fights there's fights like a action move, pow, 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 which is like a Provodnikov versus Ruslan fight, and then you get other fights that are chess matches, which was what Pacquiao Mayweather was. It was a chess match. Pacquiao was supposed to make it an action movie, but he couldn't. Mayweather was too good at playing chess. It was chess, not checkers, man. Who said that? Peter Quillen's corner said that. It was chess, not checkers, man. You want to jump over everyone, eat, checkmate. Gotta move your pawns. That's a jab. Everyone who's ever played chess knows that the pawns are important. They're ideal. They're the defense at first. And that's what these guys have perfected their defense. Not exactly perfected. I mean, Rigando got knocked down twice his last fight. Arizona lost his last fight. Mayweather got checked, in his chin by Maidana and Pacquiao in the fourth round. And I don't know why Peterson lost. I just don't know. I don't know at all. I can't say. So, but I want to say, like, do these guys get hated because they're so good? Like, they don't. I know because they don't press for the action all the time, but like, just to constantly hate on someone. If you're gonna say someone's boring, don't watch the fight, man. If you're surprised, Mayweather, this fight was boring to you, that it was a chess match, then you've never watched a Mayweather fight before, because you had to know that was a possibility, because he's so good. He can fight their style, and the objective of a fight is not to produce fireworks, is not to be exciting. And that's why Ruslan Provodnikov doesn't win, because he only wins to make good fights. Good for the fans, great for the fans, but not good for him, because he doesn't fight to win. These guys fight to win no matter what style they have to do, and they know what style they have to do. Do you want them to? Yes, a lot of these haters do. But do you want um Erislandy Lara to just stay in the pocket and fight Canelo? He get knocked out. He's fighting his fight. And it's not illegal to move your feet. It's not. Mayweather didn't even move his feet that much in this fight, man. He was holding in the middle in the first rounds, but then he really didn't keep holding throughout the fight. Kenny Bayless did a decent job, you know. It wasn't like Mayweather Maidana 2 where he was holding. Fighters that I see boring is Carlos Molina, dirty fighter. Andre Ward and what's his name? Carlos Molina. Miguel Vasquez. Oof, that guy's boring, but I think these guys are. I think these guys, and I guess it's personal preference, but yeah, these guys, it's just talent, and it's a pleasure to watch them. For me, it's a pleasure to have someone that has worked so hard. You know, Rigando, 2 gold medals. Lara, just a great amateur fighter. You know, Rigando has like 11 fights. He's a world champion. Lara has like he doesn't have that 20 fights. He's already on like these levels of a Canelo that almost has like 50 fights by now, man. These guys don't want to fight him. These guys just don't want to fight him. Lamont Peterson has a great amateur record as well, I believe. Tell me if I'm wrong, but and I think the most offensive fighter here is Lamont Peterson. He can fight both ways, but yeah, he got a lot of hate after the Danny Garcia fight. But yeah, 6 minutes into the video and I'm finally getting into my question. But what's a boring fight? This is what I want to know. What is a boring fight? I'm sure if Pacquiao had done what Mayweather did to Pacquiao, if Pacquiao had done that to Mayweather, best fight ever. Beautiful fight. Everyone would have been like, yeah, this lived up to the expectations. Pacquiao won. Mayweather's not undefeated. I believe that. And tell me if I'm wrong. I want to find one person that says I'm wrong about that. I don't do that about a lot of things. But tell me if you think they'll say it was a boring fight if Manny won the same way. If Manny won the same way. And what you notice here is everyone's black. And I'm not black, but, you know, I've delved into their history. And their history is a lot of the same as Mexican history, you know, of oppression and white supremacy and all that, taking land. It's a lot of the same. So we live in the same struggle, man. We live the same struggle. And it's not even like white black thing. It's a poverty thing now. It's a poverty. I'm not going to get into that. But, you know, that's why I don't care if these guys are black. But they're just great fighters. They're great fighters. And you're going to say, oh, Rigando and Lara, they're Cuban. But they're black. Come on. Come on. Look at them. Come on. But I think it's just like they hate to see a young black fighter. Rigando's not that young, but they hate to see a new face emerge, or an old face like Mayweather, and say that they're boring because they're just beating their competition easily, like Rigando, like Mayweather, or fighting the way they want and making the other fighter fight the way they want, like Lamont Peterson did against Danny Garcia, or not letting a guy hit him. Not standing. You saw how with the Chavez fight, how just standing in front and literally letting the guy hit you. You see how that goes. You see it in that fight. Come on, guys. So tell me what's a boring fight. What's a truly boring fight, and tell me if it resembles Mayweather versus Pacquiao. I saw not the greatest fight, but I saw a good fight. Did not live up to the expectations. But I saw a fairly decent fight that I enjoyed throughout. Not the fight itself, because the fight itself wasn't that good, but because of the promotion, because of the hype, it didn't matter to me, the fight, all that much. It really didn't matter. I just loved that it happened. I loved the hype behind it. I loved everything about it. But what consists of a boring fight? Is it one guy dominating? Because Mayweather won, but I don't see like some like 118 I don't see that. I saw 116, 114, but I saw there was a few close rounds, you know, but what how was this a boring fight? And what's another boring fight? Don't tell me every Mayweather fight. Because I feel like you gotta appreciate. It's like Roy Jones in his prime, dude. People were saying that his fights were boring, right? Because he's just so good, so dominant, so dominant. I know, it's like, oh come on, dude, press for the knockout, but they don't have to. They don't have to, and it's not. They're not all to blame if a fight's boring. Have that other fighter cut off the ring, dog. Danny Garcia, cut off the ring. You were like pointing to the middle of the ring, getting frustrated. That's not gonna win you rounds, huh? That's not winning rounds. That actually shows me that you're losing. That's why you're frustrated. You're losing that round. Cut off the ring. Jab him, get in. Frustrate. You know, hold him. Maidana didn't like, oh, he was running, you know? He fought him. And that's what you got. That's how you fight these guys, man. Or win at all cost. Win at all cost. And you guys, the people that fight these guys, they lose. Or they deserve to lose in the case of Danny Garcia. I thought Canelo beat Lara, but that was a really close fight. Canelo's a good fighter. So was Lara. I'm glad that fight happened. But yeah, some people just like to talk so much, man. They just want to hate on someone. So they get some of these guys that are so talented, so rich, so knowledgeable about the sport. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't be doing this. They wouldn't be doing what they're doing. They would fight another way, man. Not everyone could be Julio Cesar Chavez. Not everyone could fight like that. Not anyone could fight like Ruslan. No one could fight like Ruslan because you're taking a lot of damage. And you know, these guys got pop, man. If they didn't have pop, people would run right through them, like 78 said, man. It's like I'm finna running through these fools, but that's what you do. If these guys didn't have any power, what does Rigo have? Like 9 knockouts out of 12 fights? So, what do you expect these guys to do? They win. That's what they do. That's their job, man. That's their job. And I think any fighter that wins effectively deserves to get credit and deserves to be respected. No matter if the fight stunk, they deserve to get respected for that fight. And yes, there's certain fighters that I'm like, I never want to see you fight it, so I don't watch them fight. And I don't even talk about them. Some of you that's been watching my videos for a while, you know who I don't want to talk about. So I'm not going to bring him up. I'm not even watching his fight. Man, yeah, I'm watching his fight because I love watching boxing, but you know. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So tell me, what do you think about this? It was a little long-winded, but just tell me what you think. What is a boring fight? What does a boring fight consist of? All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, and peace.